What's up, YouTube? This is Marco Polo. Training yourself to be unbreakable. Pushing yourself to limits that you didn't think you could reach. We got a lot of stress and struggle nowadays going on in the world. And now more than ever, we can't afford to mess around. You can't screw around with your life. You make mistakes in the past, you had time to catch up. You could always get a job. You could always make a quick come up. You could somehow figure out how to afford your bills, take care of the things you need, your family needs. We still do that, but on what scale nowadays? Now that everything costs more and the jobs are becoming more scarce, it's not as easy just to pick up and to handle all that business. So what we got to do is we got to work on what is working for us and build upon that. If you do have work and you're making a paycheck, good. Keep it. Hold on to that best you can. Build upon that. Like I said in previous videos, save 10% minimum of what you earn. Pay yourself first, 10%. Put that money to work in investments. Don't just save it in a bank account. Don't just take your money, sock it away in your drawer. Do something with it to where that money works for you. You work for it. Now it's time for it to work for you. It's a beautiful day out here. It's like 91 degrees here in South Louisiana. And they say the heat index feels like 101. Gotta love the humidity. So folks, stick to a plan. Focus, figure out what you want, stick to it. Now, Google sources says that 37% of Americans could not handle a $400 emergency. $400, 37%. That's about 4 in every 10 adults in the United States would be out of business with an emergency over $400. I guess it would be time to borrow. If you've already borrowed as much as you can and you basically owe money to everybody, credit cards, family members, friends, you're burning your bridges. You're burning many bridges. You don't want to be in that situation. So what you got to do is you got to put a little bit aside, little by little. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. If you could put $50 out of every paycheck into play in the stock market. I mean, I'm not saying buy something risky. Buy the stock market itself, S&P 500. At least you're putting your money to work for itself. And you can use that as a bank account as well. It may go up, it may go down. But when you need some money, I hate to say it, but if you have to sell a little bit of it to cover an emergency, well, that's just as good or even better than just keeping it in some bank account, not earning any interest. Food for thought. 58% of Americans, adults, have less than $10,000 for emergency purpose saved up. They couldn't get $10,000 liquid. They just couldn't come up with it. 58%. So basically that's 6 out of every 10 people you see out here cannot come up with $10,000. Now I know that's a large number, 10,000, and there's not a lot of times when you're going to have an emergency that's going to cost you or run you up 10,000. But let's say it ran you 5,000. You need a new transmission for your vehicle, or some medical thing happened with a family member or yourself and you really have to pay this bill. Emergencies do come up in life. Every so often they do happen. And let's say it's $5,000. That would wipe you out. That would totally wipe you out. If you have less than 10,000, let's say you had 10,000, you were doing exceptionally better than 60% of other Americans. That's not very good being an adult if you can't come up with that type of money. I understand times are tough, but you need to be tough as well. You need to be resilient. What we have to do is live on less, and the difference between what we make and where we live, we have to invest that. I'm all about invest, invest, invest. Do it because your life depends on it. Your future self and the comfort of your family and your own sanity. The sleepless nights just aren't worth it to do the extra things that cost the money to be balled out, to live paycheck to paycheck, to max out what you make is with what you spend. It's no good. Lord knows we need to be a little bit more economically responsible. The American way, the chasing the Joneses, that's got to end. And it looks like it is ending here, because either people are going to crash out and burn up all their savings, everything they own. They're going to be taking it away on tow trucks and buy now, pay later. They're going to come repo everything. Houses are going to be, they're going to have to hand the keys back to the house. Apartments are going to evict people. Things are happening at a rapid pace nowadays. 2025 ain't no joke. If you ain't got your stuff together by now, whew, it's getting harder and harder. So as the bar raises, as it's getting harder and harder, you need to be preparing yourself. You really should be preparing yourself. If you haven't already, you need to start today. The best time to prepare yourself is right now. Well, actually, it was before, but the second best time to prepare yourself is right now. If you get what I'm saying. This is a nice little lake right outside Bayou Sauvage, New Orleans. Hope some alligator don't come up behind me. Gonna have to give him some. Anyways, folks, plan, execute, and just do it over and over again. Have repetition. Things come up. They always come up. You still can put that money aside. You still can put that money to work. Aside and to work. Don't touch it. Do not touch your investments. Do whatever else you got to do. You need side hustle, side hustle. If you need to cut back in many areas in your life, you don't need the extra subscriptions. You don't need, to buy certain foods. The pantry is sucking up all our money nowadays too. So if you're buying premium foods, which we all like to do, maybe you could shop around a little bit. Maybe you're shopping at a store that the prices are a little too elevated, a finer quality of food. I'm not saying you don't want quality food, but if it passes USDA and you're in a bind, go ahead and get that food. Feed yourself, feed your family. There'll be time to elevate your lifestyle later. But if your lifestyle is not already elevated, you can deflate that a little bit and you can compress it. And that's where you'll find your strength. When you bring everything in, bring it closer, bring your money in, cut back on external things. And I'm not saying live unhappy. Happiness doesn't have to come from stuff and from things. Happiness can come from family, people, love, interactions, peace, solitude, tranquility. These things are what brings happiness. God himself, read that Bible. You'll find happiness. At least you'll find solutions and resolve. This is Marco Polo. If anything resonates with you today, thumbs up, subscribe, and please have a nice day.